This is Sean Cockrell at Pecan Peak Ranch. They say it takes a village to raise a child. I want to take a minute to honor, if I can, I want to take a moment to remember and honor a man who was part of our village. Al Boenker. I don't know the insurance tycoon. I knew it was there. I could read it about him, but I didn't know that Al. I knew the Al who was a dog man and a rancher and a hunter. The other thing that Al was, is he was a good teacher. He had such a way about him. And I want to take you through this story about how he taught my daughter to shoot a rifle when I could not. Now, I'm not a good patient instructor type person. My father was a shooting instructor. He's passed as well. So I struggled with teaching my daughter. And, you know, some of it may be just because she's my daughter and it's hard to, hard for the kid to listen to their dad sometimes. So, often it's better to have another man step in, especially an experienced father. In this case, an experienced grandfather. Al invited me to come down and hunt with my daughter on his King Ranch lease. See the map here? So it's a 10,000 acre lease. It was just spectacular. Rolling dunes, covered with nilgai, whitetail turkey, javelinas. Al had taken a liking to me because I did him right on a dog deal. I didn't really even think much about it, but I guess he felt like I had integrity or whatever, so he invited me to go hunting with him. Probably just wanted to hang out and go hunting. And that's what I wanted to do. I had my daughter interested in going, and I talked to Al, and I was like, well, maybe I can grab one of my buddies. But maybe my daughter would go, and Al, lit up. He said, well, yeah, why don't you and your daughter just come meet me at Meacham Airport, and we'll hop on my jet. We'll head down to my King Ranch lease, and I'll take y'all hunting. Okay. Called my wife. My wife was just like, I'm not even done. Yes, of course. Take your daughter hunting on this once-in-a-lifetime hunt that, we wouldn't have had the opportunities to do otherwise. So there's all that. But that was just the background. The real silver lining, the real opportunity was to be able to be with Al Boenker. Now, he's a great businessman, and that's great, but he's also a big rancher and a hunter, and he also has taught his 4 granddaughters to shoot. He told me that on the phone, and I told him, I talked to Audrey. Audrey said, yeah, I'm going. This was the time when my daughter, she had her grandfather's hand-me-down 22 pistol that she loved shooting. She already shot rabbits. Of course, me being a terrible instructor type person, I'm like, grab the rifle and said, no, daddy, no, daddy. And I mean, she was dug in, would not. And so I called out and said, okay, my daughter's going to go. She's not ready to shoot a rifle, but she really wants to, go. And Al said, don't worry about that. I'm talking to Al on the phone. He says, no, don't worry about that. I got that taken care of. I've taught my 4 granddaughters to shoot. I'll take care of it. I'm like, okay, but she's not ready. Click, bye. Pull up to Mitcham Airport. Hop on the jet. All the insurance clients are up front. I mean, this is a major insurance tycoon. We hop on the plane, and there's all these clients on the plane and everything, and we get on there, and we're just kind of like just 2, not business people coming to go hunt. And so it's like, well, we just hopped on that jet, and we went all the way to the back and kind of sat there, and I was like, okay, Audrey, let's just be real polite. We don't want to, get in the way of any business negotiations or discussions. So plane takes off, and Audrey's just excited. She's going on a private jet. I mean, the kid is completely spoiled when it comes to hunting. She's all excited. Plane takes off, and we're in the back, and we're just kind of chilling and everything. And Al, just being gracious, I mean, we were no less important than all of these insurance agents, all these other business people were in the front of this jet. And Al stands up and comes to the back of the plane. He's like, hey, Sean, how's it going? Whatever. And hey, Audrey, and he sits down with us, and he's just sitting there, and he just said, Audrey, you're going to be shooting 300 blackout tomorrow, and we're going to get you on a deer tomorrow. Banging me with it. her knees. She said, Daddy, did you tell him? Did you tell him I'm not ready? Did you tell him I'm not ready? And Al, like, he pretended he didn't see any of that or hear any of that, but he did. And I'm sure, and he just said, oh, it's okay, we got you taken care of. We're gonna shoot a rifle tomorrow. And he goes, Audrey, by the way, do you like candy bars? And Audrey's like, she's afraid to answer because she thinks she's gonna get in trouble for me. It's like, don't eat that candy. And I'm like, all right, whatever. She goes, well, yeah, of course I like candy bars. Why, you got one? He said, no, I have a bar of candy at my lease. And it wasn't kidding too. We get there, and the thing is, you got the kid side and the adult side. And the adult side had all the liquor that you might want to try to drink. And then on the kid side, it had just candy, like full, every kind of candy that you might imagine. That he used just kind of as like a bull cape to kind of get her loosened up. And he said, okay, well, we'll see you at camp. Okay, so we land the jet and everything. We're at camp getting, all together. And he's like, y'all, getting your bunks, have a meeting to see what's going to happen tomorrow. And he's like assigning out who's going to go with what guide. And all the business people get their guide, and they have all their own guides. So we were all left. And then, but we didn't have a guide assigned. It's like, okay, well, we're going to figure out whatever. And then he said, and then Audrey and Sean, y'all are going with me tomorrow. Audrey's going deer hunting. And so, okay. So not only are we going to this man's lease with all his, high profile business people in the insurance industry, we're getting first class treatment. We're going hunting with the man. Next morning, get up and we get ready, and he gets all the other people off on their way. Everybody leaves. And we're just like, what are we gonna do? And we're not. And then he just walked up and said, okay, Audrey and Sean, come with me. He goes to the gun safe, and he pulls out 300 blackout, and Audrey's still like nervous, whatever. But again, you got Obi-Wan Kenobi here. This is going to be the rifle that you're going to shoot. No, it doesn't kick. Everybody else is gone. It's getting kind of late in the day. We were kind of concerned about being late for the hunt. But at Al's lease on the King Ranch, this is just ridiculous. This is where you would want to take a kid hunting. Kids get frustrated waiting and, bored and stuff like that, and not having opportunities. Well, okay, so there is game everywhere. And it's like not even, wow. It's just insane, the amount of game that's on this place and how, it'd be hard to find the biggest deer on the place, but finding deer, it is run everywhere. Javelina is what you'll see. Neil guy's a little bit tougher. They don't just hang around the house. So we had Jeep style sandbags on the hood, the windshield down. Al went and pulled out the gun from the safe. This 300 blackout. That's the gun you're going to be shooting, Audrey. The rifle I'm going to shoot, and she's just looking at me like, Dad. And just an incredible man for I guess you'd call it persuasion, or I would just call it confidence building and putting someone at ease. And he's got things under control. He just had that way about him. Obviously, he did in the business world. But on a ranch, Al Boenker knew how to work with people, and he knew how to teach little girls how to shoot. We hop in the Jeep with Al, so we go to the shooting range, and we're still thinking it's kind of late or whatever, but, on the way to the shooting range, we're already starting to see deer and stuff. But anyway, get to the shooting range. And all of the stuff that I had tried to teach her to get her comfortable shooting a rifle, it's just like, okay, Audrey, we're going to be shooting a rifle now, and lays it out there, full instruction. You can see here, what an amazing teacher this man was.
You're good and clear. Remember, let that trigger surprise you. All right, don't close that eye when you're ready to shoot. You're surprised. Good girl. Okay. Do I need to move this over this way some?
Yeah, because I'm like having to move this way.
That's fine.
That feels much better. It's like, why did the circle so small?
Sure, because you were too far back.
But the circle's still real.
Is it bigger now?
No.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Is it black around it? Is there a bunch of black?
Yeah.
All right, get just a little bit closer.
Does
that help?
Yeah. Someone safe test.
Hold on a minute. Okay. You didn't fletch. You did a good job.
So as you can see, Audrey, got on target. The rifle didn't kick at all, everything. So he controlled every bit, even the emotion around the whole experience. He had complete control of it in a very subtle way. Not like, maybe that's my problem. I'm like, Audrey, do this now. Maybe if I had a son, it'd be better. You take the son, pop him upside the head, and say, get down there, buddy. You see that? With a little girl, the frustrating thing is you try to get all type A with your daughter, and she's just maybe like, hey, beat it, Dad. Anyway, that was the issue that was happening. Anyway, issue solved. Sat down, taught her how to shoot, took her through all the steps. We'd go hunting, and she gets her first doe with a rifle that morning. So Al, their deer are so prevalent on his lease at the King Ranch. His policy was you shoot them in the head. If you're taking does, you shoot them in the head. And so this is I'm just like, oh my God, you're taking her from never shooting a rifle to shooting her first few times that morning that you're going to have her shoot a doe in the head. He had an aura about him that maybe I just don't possess it. I could only aspire to have the sort of aura and just the ability to just control the whole emotion, environment, and instruction around shooting. She was just so comfortable, was out there, and boom. First doe she shot at, right in the head, it goes down. And Audrey's looking at me like, what just happened, Dad? I'm like, it's just, I don't want to interfere. I'm not, it's the last thing I want to do is be the dad trying to get in the middle of the night. Am I going to be here and let me help? No. Pay attention, Audrey. Listen to this man. And sure enough, she got her doe. And
Ready.
1, 2, 3. Want to play you? She got the doe in the head, and it falls right down. And then Al has a tradition. He gets these belt buckles, but he has a tradition called DRT, dead right there. And then that evening, he gives out awards. Audrey got the belt buckle. This belt buckle is a memory that we'll have for the rest of our lives. This whole process of learning to shoot, and not only that, just he coached her into shooting a doe in the head. I could not even get her confident enough to shoot a rifle because she was scared of it. And so how Al took her from zero confidence to confidence, I'm not even sure he did that. I think he just knew the lack of confidence was there and the fear was there, and he knew that. He just flipped the switch right past that. And it's got to be important for someone who's a shooting instructor to be able to do that. But just right past that, and it's almost like she just passed through the fear and was right on it, and she would listen to everything and got her shots on the paper at the range, and then got her doe in the head, and the rest is history. So now my daughter, she hunts with a rifle regularly. We also went out, got a javelina.
Gosh, Crystal.
There's a shot.
DRT. 1, 2, 3.
Yay!
She had 2 DRTs. Wow. First one was on a doe right in the neck, and the other one was on the
Watch that. Take your picture.
That is,
the javelina. Yes, the javelina. Congratulations.
Yeah.
We're very proud of you.
what is that?
To have the coveted DRT award. And what does DRT mean? DRT. Sally.
Now that's.
Yeah.
Got it.
Right there. I almost did a DRD. They're right there. But my wife talked about it. She sees her such a hit. Well, that kind of stuff. You're going to like my congratulations. Now just look at the smug grin on this man's face. I just feel like this man could accomplish anything he wanted, and he had a way about it. But this was all his plan. And here, look at that smug grin. He's like, yeah, I told you, Sean. I told you, Audrey. And we did it. What a great man. And so there was a bunch of people out there. And by the way, there were men and women, all knew Al, and they all knew what I was learning. These people had a strong respect for the man, and now I know why. They all knew when I walked in and I'm thinking I'm all nervous and one of these business, they know that I'm about to really meet Al Boenker. It was just a spectacular hunt for her. And then, of course, something for Dad.